High in the heart of the Andes Mountains, where clouds drift lazily across jagged peaks and rivers carve deep valleys through ancient stone, a remarkable civilization once flourished. The Inca civilization, known as Tawantinsuyu in their own language, emerged as the most powerful empire in pre-Columbian South America. Their story is one of ingenuity, resilience, and an unwavering connection to the land. A tale that continues to captivate historians, archaeologists, and travelers alike. The origins of the Inca civilization trace back to the early 13th century, when a small group of people settled in the fertile valley of Cusco, in present-day Peru. According to Inca legend, their ancestors were born from the sacred waters of Lake Titicaca, sent by the sun god Inti to bring order and civilization to the world. Led by the first Sapa Inca, Manco Capac, and his sister wife, Mama Oclo, they established the city of Cusco, which would become the beating heart of an empire that would eventually stretch across nearly 2,100 miles of rugged terrain, from modern-day Colombia in the north to Chile and Argentina in the south. At its height in the early 16th century, the Inca Empire was home to as many as 12 million people, encompassing a dazzling array of cultures, languages, and landscapes. The Incas themselves spoke Quechua, but their realm included dozens of other ethnic groups, each with their own traditions and ways of life. The genius of the Incas lay not just in their military might, but in their ability to weave these diverse peoples into a cohesive whole, united by infrastructure, administration, and a shared reverence for the natural world. The geography of the Inca Empire was both a blessing and a challenge. The Andes Mountains are among the most formidable on Earth, with peaks soaring above 20,000 feet, deep valleys, and high-altitude plateaus where the air is thin and the nights are cold. Yet the Incas turned these challenges into opportunities. They mastered the art of terracing, carving thousands of steps into the mountainsides to create flat fields for agriculture. These terraces prevented soil erosion, conserved water, and allowed the Incas to cultivate crops at altitudes where few others could survive. Maize, potatoes, quinoa, and a variety of beans formed the backbone of the Inca diet. The potato in particular was a staple, and the Incas developed hundreds of varieties, each adapted to different microclimates. They also domesticated animals such as llamas and alpacas, which provided wool, meat, and, most importantly, a means of transport across the empire's vast network of roads. The Inca road system was an engineering marvel, stretching over 25,000 miles and linking the farthest reaches of the empire. Known as the Capac Han, or Royal Road, this network traversed mountains, valleys, and deserts, crossing raging rivers by means of suspension bridges made from woven grass. Along these roads, relay runners called chasqui carried messages and goods, ensuring swift communication between distant provinces and the imperial capital. At the center of Inca society stood the Sapa Inca, the unique Inca, who was regarded as a living god, the direct descendant of Inti, the sun god. The Sapa Inca wielded absolute power, ruling through a complex bureaucracy of nobles, administrators, and local leaders. This system, known as the Ailu, was based on kinship and collective labor. Each community was responsible for working the land, building infrastructure, and supporting the state through a system of tribute and mutual aid. Religion permeated every aspect of Inca life. The Incas worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses, with Inti the sun god at the apex, the moon goddess Mamaquilla, the earth goddess Pachamama, and the creator god Viracocha were also central to their beliefs. Temples and shrines dotted the landscape, and priests performed elaborate ceremonies to ensure the favor of the gods. Offerings of food, textiles, and even human sacrifices were made on sacred mountaintops, believed to be the dwelling places of powerful spirits. The city of Cusco, shaped like a puma in accordance with Inca cosmology, was the spiritual and administrative heart of the empire. Its streets were lined with finely crafted stone buildings, palaces, and temples. The most sacred of these was the Coricancha, or Temple of the Sun, whose walls were once covered in sheets of gold that gleamed in the Andean sunlight. Here, priests tended to sacred fires, observed celestial movements, and conducted rituals that bound the empire together. The Incas were master builders, renowned for their ability to fit massive stones together without the use of mortar. Their construction techniques were so precise that many of their structures have withstood centuries of earthquakes and the passage of time. Nowhere is this more evident than at Machu Picchu, the enigmatic citadel perched high above the Urubamba River. Hidden from the Spanish conquerors and rediscovered only in the early 20th century, Machu Picchu stands as a testament to Inca ingenuity, blending harmoniously with the surrounding mountains and forests. Despite their achievements, the Incas left no written language as we understand it. Instead, they used a system called quaipu, knotted strings of different colors and lengths, to record information such as census data, tribute, and historical events. Specialized officials, known as quipucamayaks, were trained to interpret these intricate records, preserving the memory of the empire for generations. The Inca economy was based on reciprocity and redistribution rather than money or markets. The state collected surplus crops, textiles, and other goods from each region and redistributed them where they were needed, ensuring that no community went hungry. Large storehouses, called kulkas, were built throughout the empire to store food and supplies for times of scarcity. Labor was organized through the mita system, which required communities to contribute workers for public projects such as road building, agriculture, and military service. Art and craftsmanship flourished under the Incas. They were skilled metalworkers, producing exquisite objects from gold, silver, and copper. Their textiles, woven from fine alpaca and vicuña wool, were prized for their beauty and complexity. Pottery, woodworking, and feather art also thrived, each reflecting the diversity and creativity of the empire's many peoples. The Incas valued education and knowledge, especially for the children of the nobility. Young nobles attended special schools where they learned history, religion, military strategy, and the administration of the empire. Astronomy was particularly important. Inca priests used observation towers and solar pillars to track the movements of the sun, moon, and stars, which guided their agricultural calendar and religious festivals. Yet, for all their accomplishments, the Inca Empire was not destined to last. In the early 16th century, as the empire reached its zenith, a series of crises began to unfold. A devastating civil war broke out between two royal brothers, Atahualpa and Huáscar, each vying for the throne after the death of their father. As the conflict raged, a new and deadly threat arrived on the shores of South America. Spanish conquistadors, led by Francisco Pizarro, armed with steel weapons, horses, and diseases to which the Incas had no immunity, the Spanish exploited the empire's internal divisions. In 1532, Atahualpa was captured and executed, and the once mighty empire began to crumble. Over the next few decades, Spanish rule was established throughout the Andes, and the Inca way of life was forever changed. Yet, the legacy of the Incas endures. Their descendants, the Quechua and Aymara peoples, still inhabit the highlands of Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, and beyond, preserving ancient traditions, languages, and rituals. The ruins of Cusco, Machu Picchu, and countless other sites continue to inspire awe and wonder, drawing visitors from around the world to marvel at the achievements of this extraordinary civilization. The story of the Incas is more than just a tale of conquest and collapse. It is a testament to human creativity and adaptability. The Incas transformed one of the world's most challenging landscapes into a thriving empire, building roads, cities, and agricultural systems that still shape the Andes today. Their vision of society, grounded in reciprocity, respect for nature, and communal effort, offers enduring lessons for our own time. As we reflect on the rise and fall of the Inca civilization, we are reminded of the power of human ingenuity and the fragility of even the greatest empires. The Incas' achievements were the result of centuries of innovation, cooperation, and a profound understanding of their environment. Their story invites us to look beyond the ruins and legends, to see the people who once walked these mountains, tended these fields, and gazed up at the same sun, moon, and stars. In the end, the Inca civilization stands as a beacon of what is possible when humanity works in harmony with the world around it. Their legacy lives on, not just in stone and story, but in the enduring spirit of the Andean peoples who carry their heritage forward, generation after generation.